All right, all right, all right. Let me turn this camera on. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Gotta stay hydrated. Let's get ready to rock and roll. I thought today would be a great time for us to talk about in sales. I think that there's a different areas of selling, right? When we talk about online selling, right? And there has to be a what I called the onboarding process. It's part of your sales, right? Because you have your so when we talk about funnels and online marketing, you're talking about different marketing campaigns. You have a marketing campaign, then you have a sales campaign, right? Or a sales process. They're very much alike, but they're not the same. Okay. So what you want to think about is what if you're a coach, consultant, and so forth. And the reason I bring that up is because lately that's what I've been working with a lot. But this will work for anybody that's doing any kind of coaching. What I work with right now is business coaches. A lot of business coaches. I've been working with a lot of business coaches with different sales organizations, coaching organizations. I think I work with like 5 of them right now. And so I want to tell you guys and talk to you guys about that. What is the onboarding process? Why am I saying that? Is because I am actually certified in sales training. So one of the things that I want to help you or maybe bring to your awareness of how you can automate some of the sales process and your onboarding process. Today, I don't think it's 555, so I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes, but if not, I'm gonna go ahead straight to work. And what I'm gonna look at is I'm gonna look at a campaign that I just created for my onboarding process because I am going to start coaching this year in sales training. I coach sales training. I don't want to be a business coach, although it is part of business coaching, but I'm going to focus more on marketing automation, helping small businesses in the marketing automation and the onboarding process. So what I wanted, since today we're going to have, I think I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. No, that's for tomorrow. Tomorrow is our automation training at 1 p.m. So I have trainings every week for you guys. If you ever want to join our Facebook group, you can. If you don't, that's fine too. Why am I doing here? Who are you? Or not another guru. I don't consider myself a guru. I think that I just have the passion to uh, more to get things done. Like I like creating campaigns, funnels. When I say a funnel, I'm not talking about a landing page. A lot of people, including myself, I thought it was. So, true story. Here we go, guys. So that way you guys can see how transparent I am about my mess ups. So, about 7 years ago, and then we'll get started. Let's see if anybody's out there. Hope you guys are doing great. Let's see who's out there. Let's see if you guys are out there. Hope you guys are doing great. I think I'm live here. Boom, boom, boom. Why am I going twice in there's 2 of them in my Facebook page, the main one, my personal page, uh, 3 times. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm gonna delete some of these here. Okay, uh, I told you guys it's about being transparent. You're not gonna be perfect, and I think that's what stops us up. Stops us a lot. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Let me do this. Let me actually turn this on. What I called the don't focus time for 1 hour. Okay, so that way I can pay attention to what I'm doing before I mess it up again, like I just did right now. So on what I'm looking at right now, what I'm talking about is this onboarding process, the sales onboarding process. It's kind of warm in here, so let me turn my fan on here. It's not about being perfect, guys. I think a lot of times what we want to launch a campaign or um, a funnel, what I call a funnel. A funnel is it's a really several different processes. If you really think about it, your leads are coming in. Then what's the next process? Maybe you have a lead magnet, a tripwire, whatever these gurus call it. I call it, an opt-in page, right? So if you got an opt-in page that you're delivering maybe an ebook or some information about something that of value that can help that person, that business owner, um, that would be great, And then once you get their information, because it's free information, you want to exchange. I'll give you this PDF. I'll give you this ebook. For exchange, I want your email address and phone number. Okay. Once you have that, then that's where the sales funnel. This is where the funnel begins. So it just come in, and then from there, what are you doing after that? How are you following up with it? By the way, just so you guys know, and I'm gonna put it right here on the chat, but be aware that I'm going to have a follow-up masterclass. Why am I doing a follow-up masterclass? Because this is the stuff that I really love to dig into. It's follow sales processes, follow-up, and so forth. So I'm having a follow-up masterclass because I believe that that's one of the biggest obstacles, roadblocks for entrepreneurs today. Even though sometimes we say it's not it, but a lot of times it is it. We just don't know it. So be aware of that, because if you have your follow-up process in your sales process, that's great for you. If you don't, please go ahead and actually join us in this masterclass. It's going to be February 7th. And then the February before that, I just talked to a friend of mine who's also a certified coach, and we're going to do a training for lead generation, nurturing close for the service industry. So if you have a service that you provide to somebody, this is going to be specifically for roofers, contractors, HVAC, home services. This is what I'm going to do that for. Okay. And more likely, it's going to be around the 2nd of February. I'm going to start working on that tomorrow. We just got off the phone 10 minutes ago. And so we said, yes, let's do it. So I'm going to start doing that. It's just going to be a lot of stuff going on. So I know sometimes you can find yourself overwhelmed and busy doing things, but these are some of the things that you need to understand and you need to master, especially when it comes down to following up. Following up is actually one of the biggest. Did you guys know that there's only 29% of businesses actually follow up? 29%. So if you are in the 29%, I suggest you join us. I hope that this can bring you a lot of value. And really, sometimes all we need to listen to is that one thing, not that one who, okay? Because with so many gurus out there that they consider themselves a gurus for this and for that, whatever. I don't consider me one of those. I'm a certified coach. I went to training. I've been doing a lot of stuff. So I practice everything I preach. And I love what I do. And so with that said, the follow-up process is huge. It's very huge, including what I'm about to show you. Once you do the right marketing funnel, sales process, then it comes the onboarding. And that's really what we're going to talk about today with the onboarding process. I'm going to go real quick, and I'm going to just start sharing my screen right now so you guys can kind of see. Now, I want you to pay attention to this, okay? One is that it's not about being perfect, because I want to see if what my team did it right. If not, then I'll take some notes. I got my little remarkable notepad here, and I'm going to start taking notes. So that way I grab them and I create those tasks for them to look into the areas that they didn't do right. I'm kind of trying to stop being frustrated at my team, because I have to understand that they're human beings too. So some of the things that God's working on me, with me this year, is actually to give up the control. Give up the control, because sometimes we just want to control everything we do, how we do it, and so forth. So let other people have inputs into what you're trying to accomplish. Okay. I'm going to leave this notepad here. That way I can take notes. I'm going to take notes on what they didn't do right. But what I was looking for right now is actually creating first of all, the agreement, the contract, right? If you have a service industry, It's the same thing. So this is a coaching one, but it's the same thing. Like, what is the first thing that people? Hopefully, you sending them an agreement, right? People want to see people. People sign up for you more about what they see, not what you tell them. Okay, telling them is one thing, bringing them online, showing them the demo and so forth, but they also want to see it. So in the services, especially if you're talking about high ticket item, what's a high ticket item? A high ticket item, and please forgive me if I say a lot of things are like, well, everybody knows that, because not everybody does know it. uh, High ticket offers are anything to do over 997 and above. Okay, um, so that's a high ticket sale. So when you're doing that, you definitely want to send them an agreement, and that's when you really want to do the follow up. Especially because I see a lot of coaches and consultants struggling with bringing new clients on board. It's not the leads, because the leads are easy to get. I'll show you right now. I can get 100 contractors in just 5 minutes. I can get you 100 contractors, service industry, home service industry companies in less than 10 minutes. So that's not the problem. The problem is our messaging and our follow up, our nurturing, our calling, our follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Everything happens in the follow up, guys. And on this masterclass, as you guys can see, I am going to be talking about a lot of the statistics about what people do and they're not doing, and the study that's being done, right, of 1,000+ businesses, right, why lead, follow up, and so forth. I call it 3-stage LFC framework, which is the lead, follow up, and close. Lead, follow up, and close framework. You got to have those parts in place. Can you close without having a follow up system? Yeah, if you know that person well enough. Again, that's why the nurturing is huge. Can you close if you don't have any leads? No. Who are you closing to, right? So little things like that, like, can you follow up without leads? No. Who are you going to follow up with? Or can you close without leads? No. We talked about that, right? Can you have leads without a follow up and a close process? No, you can't. I mean, you can buy 1,000 leads right now, but if you're not going to do anything with them, good luck. Keep your money. Keep your money. If you're not going to follow up with people, keep your money. Don't run ads. Don't do outbound. Don't do any campaign if you're not going to follow up. I'm telling you that is because that has been probably one of my biggest struggles. Transparency. They say your mess will become your message. Absolutely, 100% right here. Okay, so let's get to work. Let me show you. I think I've seen somebody jump on. Tim, what's going on, my brother? Anything, Tim, that I want to, that way I don't spend all my time doing this. Anything that I can help you with today on the sales processes and so forth?
Hi, Avi. I'm doing well, brother. Thank you. From a sales question, I'm really excited to learn from you what your sequence is. And you got into it a little bit in the morning. And so, but before I ask that question, I did sign up for this class. I don't know if you got my registration last week, but the registration that I got, I thought it was for the 14th, or it was this month for the 14th, I believe. Is this the same class, but you're moving it to February?
Which one did you sign up for?
It was also called the master class for follow-up, and I have it here that it's on Sunday, the 14th.
Yeah, maybe. When did you signed up a while ago, right?
Well, you mentioned that I signed up last week when you shared it with the group.
Yeah, it was. No, we changed it. It's gonna be on the 7th.
Okay,
It's gonna be
perfect.
on the 7th because I've been. Remember we talked about this before. I've been helping all these coaches and so forth that I sometimes I forget to help myself.
No, I got it. Do you want me to register or?
Yes, please. If you can re-register, absolutely 100%. So that way you can register. I think it's going to be an amazing class. I think it's going to be a master class, and it's going to be a 2-day master class because it's going to be so much information.
I have no
And
doubt.
I'm also,
Every time you do your live trainings, I learn a lot. So definitely
thank
looking
you,
forward
brother.
to them.
Thank you. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's not about how much. It's not about what Javier knows. It's about who can benefit from it, right? Like not everything that I show people they can learn from it because they're not there, right? But we're all gonna need it at one time or another, and that I say that is because I'm very transparent. This has been my biggest struggles in the following up, the email, the sequences. Like 20, look at the statistics for God's sake. Check this out. Like this is crazy stats. I didn't make this up. Okay, 30% of leads are never contacted at all. So that means, oh my God, just do the numbers, right? Most of those people in the industry made only 1 to 2 attempts. Only 12% of made calls attempts. And I'm always repeating this because people think it's a joke. People think it's like, yeah, whatever, that's not me. That's why where you're not at the success you want to be. It's kind of like this, okay? You and I are faith-based businesses, right, Tim? It's kind of like reading the Bible and going, oh man, that was so good. Put the phone down and you go do your own personal thing. It's can I say it? It's ignorance, because we know the stuff that we need to do sometimes and we don't do it, right? And so I've been learning a lot about this. I'm going through a 31-day wisdom challenge. And one of the things what is wisdom? Wisdom is the implementation of the knowledge, right? And again, you got worldly wisdom and you got godly wisdom, right? So I'm been so excited about, I just finished doing another Bible study earlier today too. I'm just very dependent on God now. I think that's really what's going to take me to the next level, because I think God don't care about what level we go to. I want to go to his level, not my level, right? I posted something the other day that says God didn't intend for us to build our platforms. He wants to build a platform in us so he can use us to manifest himself and to glorify himself. That's what our business should be about. So I'm doing a lot of wisdom training and so forth. So this is stuff, this is knowledge, this is information, okay? So you guys know this, we know this, but yet we refuse to do it. 75%, 73% of leads are not sales ready. 73, let's just go a little bit farther. Even if it was 75, that's 3 out of 4 people are not sales ready. 50% of qualified leads are not ready to buy yet. Okay, if you're not following up with them, guess what's going to happen? Somebody else is. Whoever follows up with most of them wins every time. 65% of B2B companies surveyed, 65% of B2B companies surveyed admitted to having no lead nurturing strategy at all. 65% of B2B businesses surveyed admitted to not having a nurturing strategy. 30% of leads are never contacted. Want to know what your problem is? Right here. That's why I want to do the follow-up masterclass. What's up, brother?
So Javi, my question is, you mentioned this a little bit in the beginning, but I'd love to hear from you. What is your sequence when it comes to having a campaign with email and text messages, and then also when you only have their phone number for cold marketing outbound or outbound marketing? Like, for example, do you do two, 3 emails 24 hours apart, a text message, and then you do a manual call? Or like, what have you found that worked for you when you have a combination of email, phone, and then also when you only have a phone number to work with?
Great question, Tim. And check this out, my brother. I have a PDF that I'm going to share with you guys. And as a matter of fact, I don't think I have it on the VIP access, but actually I'm going to write that one down because I think people are going to do it. It's going to be a 365-day follow-up process, 365-day follow-up. So, and I'll show you how I do it, okay? The way I do it is, okay, is this thing going like this or what? All right, I'm writing these notes down so that way I can put it on there. Because you're right. Like if I show this training, right, this marketing masterclass, and people don't know, okay, I get it, I got to follow up how and what it happens. So what I do, if I had a list that I only had the phone numbers for, I would do a text SMS campaign. Do not SMS them every day, okay? And actually, if you only have the phone number, say, for example, where did you get these phone numbers from?
Well, I got a list of over 1,000 businesses, and that one only has phone numbers.
Okay, so I would do a campaign to give them something of much value For example, Tim is actually the owner of kingdombusinesses.com. So if I'm going after those businesses, my question is this: what is the number one thing most faith businesses are struggling with right now?
Probably just as much what any kind of business is struggling.
You're right, but if it's a faith business, we have a different pain points than the secular businesses, because our for us it's harder, right? Because I can actually say, you know what, why do we sign this contract and we do it like this, and then we do this, but I'm gonna send you an invoice from here, so that way I don't have to pay the taxes on this and so forth, right? A secular business will do that, right? We're held to a higher standards, right? So for us, it's harder, right? Probably to stay ethical, right? To stay, for example, again, and I think you had that video, right? I would do this. Did you know that, hey, Joe, so how do you know that these are faith-based businesses?
I do. They're all
Okay.
faith-based
So
businesses.
if they're faith-based businesses, I will start with that. Good morning, blah, 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 so forth. And I will put a scripture on there and I will say, do you know the reason why most businesses today are not doing businesses with the faith-based businesses? And then I will send them to a landing page with the video. Remember that video that you had?
Yep.
But I will put it on the landing page on the second page. Congratulations. Hey, by the way, this is Tim, right? This is the initial page. So thank you for joining in here. Go on the next page and go ahead and see why do that. And that way they're automatically going to give you the email address.
So the first page, I'm going to give them information, and then on the second page, they'll see the video, and they'll give me their email address just to see the video.
That's right. You tell them what's the pain point. You maybe a little small little video with a copywriting, who you are, some testimonials at the bottom, Kingdom CEO, and that's it. Very simple one, because all you're doing is giving them like a free offer, like a free gift. Maybe even if it was maybe a document, a PDF, a guide, a report, right? Something like that they can say, remember, you have 5 seconds to catch their attention. And how you grab their attention is by a pain point that they're going through, that they're like, I want to know more, right? So kind of like when some of us as Christians, we're struggling with an addiction, right? Let's just say alcohol. For example, mine was alcohol. I didn't go into seeking the help until it was painful enough, right? And pain will make you change, right? They say we either learn by pain or purpose, right? I want to learn by purpose now, not by pain. Absolutely. So with that, right? With that said, I would really think about that pain point, and I would give them a guide from that, and then after that, you say, this is the problem that we solve in kingdombusinesses.com.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That makes, because that will give you start capturing the information.
So the focus is to capture their email then, and
that's
then
right.
The campaign. That makes sense. I didn't think of that.
The whole focus is going to be for you to exchange that information with them. Here, I'm going to give you this PDF that's going to tell you exactly what your needs are. Why aren't people doing business with you?
Yeah, that's good.
I want to know what people are doing business with me if I'm a faith-based business.
Yeah, and I can do that. That's very straightforward.
Exactly. And you just, instead of, because you have it on the Facebook page, right?
I do. So
I would, but those people don't even know that, because how many people, check this out, Tim, how many people have seen that video? Well, let's look at this. How many followers do we have? Let's just say you have 1,000 followers. If you have 1,000 followers, do you know that video is only being seen by 15% of 1,000? And how many people do not even open it? Maybe you could probably look at the video and see the views, and a very small number. Why? Because Facebook, the whole purpose is actually to not to give you a free business page, because they know that, like even mine right now, you can go look at my page right now. I'm telling you that there is no interaction, there is no people replying and so forth. Why? Because one is that you got to have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers for you to start seeing engagement, right? So when you don't have those, what your success is not going to come from putting stuff, content to who? To maybe 500 followers. Okay, 500 followers, you have 15% of that, you got like 20 people watching, I mean, being viewed, people see it, 20% of those people, I'm sorry, 15% of the 500 see it, and then from there, how many people do you even open it? So you got a very small point, right? So you still have the ability to say, well, now I have their phone number. Then I actually tell them, saying, you know, so I will send them to get the email, and then I will send them right after they collect that email and they see the video, I will send them for them to join the Facebook group.
Okay. So the SMSs, would you send them every, say, 2 days, every,
Yes,
or
yes,
okay,
for
every 2
SMS,
days?
the SMS, I would actually, the first one, I would actually ask them permission to continue to send them information. If
Okay.
they don't answer, you continue to do so. But if
Okay.
they don't, then you want to make sure that you don't, that you, the system will automatically opt you out of it, right?
Okay.
But you want to make sure you ask them, say, hey, this is Tim with kingdombusinesses.com. I hope you're doing great. I have got your information from X source. Let's just say I got your information from my marketing team got your information from the internet, from Google, because I can guarantee you every single one that you do that, they probably have the phone number on Google.
They do, yeah.
So one, because we're being transparent with them and people appreciate that better than to say, I am amazing and I can help you take your business to 10x your business. I can't help you do anything unless you want to help yourself first. So I think that would be the right time to actually grab them from the text message to collect their email, so that way you can give them a lot more information.
Okay. And you're thinking, so the first email would be an if automation, right? So if they say yes, you keep going. If they say no, you just stop, you take them out.
Absolutely. All you have to do is say this. Hey, Tim, this is Javier with 10x Event, or kingdombusinesses.com. I got your information from your website. I wanted to send you this as a faith-based business. I wanted to send you this small real report to do A, B, C, D. I hope you don't mind. Is that okay if I send it to you? Yes or no? Right? If they say yes, you send it to them. They say no, you don't send it to them.
Okay. Is there a place that you recommend to kind of scrub the numbers, or just go ahead and let the system do it and just put them all through it? Or is there any consequences, like, for example,
Well,
like a lot of your numbers down?
in 10x Advantage Automation, you have the ability to verify the phone number. Let me show you where.
Okay.
I'm still sharing my screen, right?
You are.
Okay. So Kingdom Businesses, Kingdom. Here we go, Kingdom. And then we're going to go to here. We're going to go into the phone numbers, right? I'm sorry. I'm going to go to business profile actually. And I think if I'm not mistaken, here we go, right there, brother.
Okay.
Validate phone numbers when the first SMS in the new contact. So when you send it out, it's going to validate them first, even before they send it to them.
Awesome. That's a great add-on.
Okay. On the business profile, you can do that. Okay. Enable, disable the person features, and okay. Didn't make a complaint. How does it work? Thanks. Make SMS compliant by adding the sender's information. Thanks, Kingdom. Absolutely, you already did that. Making email compliant if no longer is which we already have that. So making it compliant meaning giving a person the ability to opt out of it. That's all that means.
Perfect.
Okay? So yes, you do have it in here. Validate your phone number. Okay. Another thing that I don't know if you've seen it, but you know what? I just noticed that. I'm doing some SSS coding here. And now that I see this in here, let me fix this real quick here. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. This is SSS coding. All right. So what is this? How come it's not showing you logo here? I know why, because you're pointing it to the Google Drive. Why don't you do the following? Let me show you something. kingdombusinesses.com. Right click on your logo, copy image address. There you go. See
It's a
that?
life hack right there for you folks.
What was that?
It's a life hack for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. You know, let me see this. Why this thing changed my color here? Element, logo, color. All right, I gotta figure out why this thing just turned black right here on me.
On my end, like when I'm looking at it's all dark, but when I log into my own portal, it's normal.
Well, it's because you haven't refreshed the page, and that's why. But I gotta figure out why it's doing that. But I'll do that on my own time. I don't want to take time right now to show you guys SSS coding. I'll figure it out in a minute, and then we'll go from there. I think the right way to do it is and either way, I'll do that in a minute. I'll fix that out. I want to show you a couple of other things here. Under settings and the phone numbers, custom phone numbers. On the phone numbers, you can go to edit and Kingdom. Businesses, right? Pass to enable call connect feature. This is good. Whisper. I was maybe it's not in there. I know what. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Business profile, my staff, Tim, right? You're gonna go to edit. And what you can do here on the call voice mantra, watch this. Forward calls to the mobile app. You got it checked already.
Yeah,
So
I have been using the app. It's been really useful.
okay, perfect. So if you want your calls to go to the app directly, you can click on here and you can answer the app like you answering it from here. It's from instead of answering from the desktop, you're answering directly from your phone on the app. Got it? So you're good here too. So okay, great.
So Javi, the PDF that you're talking about, will it have a general sequence for outbound marketing of like how many emails you do, how long you wait, when you do your manual call, just to kind of give us a framework of what you have found works for you?
Sure. You know, I think the most thing that I've seen work for me is kind of seeing what people optimizing the campaign all the time. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can change this. I'm trying to figure out why this thing bothers me and the poop out of me. Okay, so let's leave it like that, and I'll work on that in a little bit. So let me see if you have that campaign.
So the main one that I'm using right now is called Main.
Okay, so that's not what I'm looking at. Watch this one. That for you internet marketing. Okay, right there. You got it already all done. You just got it. Instead of lead form, you put them directly in here, right? Right. Once they fill out the form, then you start following up with them.
Okay, so once I get their email address, I'll put
Yeah,
them through this.
internal add tag, use them, put notes on it, email number one, and then you start 10x lead system, right? So you all you got to do is change the content, but the process is already here. This is the first contact, second contact. Not only that, after every contact, we're actually putting notes on it. See that? So watch this, and you can actually change this to just do SMS. You can duplicate this campaign. It says SMS campaign. You can do another one with just email marketing, and then you can do one with both of them.
Okay, no, that's perfect.
Here, you know, the same thing, just most of it's actually SMS here. You can just remove some of the emails in here. I would actually duplicate it first and then rename it so that way you don't mess this one up. Because this is one you're gonna need anyways. This is the main one. Got it?
Perfect. Thank you, Javi.
Did that help?
It did.
All right, all right. I know you told me about other campaigns too. I'm looking in to see what I have. You know what? I know what I'm gonna give you. I know what I'm gonna give you. It's the sales execution document that I have. This one, I'll show you real quick, and then the sales execution workshop. This one, this is the, which is the name, which is supplement guide. Okay, so check this out. On the supplement guide, cold call scripts, drip campaign, new lead equal sequence, inbound automated workflow email sequences, outbound call workflow email sequences, post demo follow-up process, inbound workflow process.
My goodness.
How about that one?
I like those apples.
I know you would. So let me actually share this one with you here. Share, and it is Tim. There you go, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Send to your email. There you go.
Love it. Love you.
That I actually did. That was a workshop that I did for. It's a 5-day workshop. It was a lot of work, but it's so great. Another thing that I use is I don't know. Have you signed up for Jasper?
Yeah. So Jasper is really good, and I'm actually been kind of testing both GPT and Jasper and just seeing which one gives better content. But I've used Jasper for most of my marketing, all my emails that I've created.
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you. This has an email marketing, email subjects, email copy. I mean, it has just about everything you need in here. So I've used it a lot. It helps a lot. I've installed the Jasper.
I don't have the extension for Jasper.
Extension is really cool because watch this. See here at the bottom? Right hand corner, you can just click here and actually says, write me an email for ABC right there, and it'll automatically write it for you right there and then.
That's really neat. No, I did not know they had an extension.
Absolutely. So did that help?
It did. Were you ever did you ever do your own avatar for instead of the haven't done it yet? Okay.
What avatar for
the video stuff? Yeah, making your own videos.
No, man, I haven't had the time, brother. I just finished creating the 3 videos that I could. It's just so much work right now. I just got 2 more clients that I got to work on stuff on.
I hear you.
You know, you and I had this conversation before. It's just I have a lot going on, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because I think God just opening the doors, right? But I have to be also diligent and understand that what I can and cannot do, what I have time and don't have time to do. Like right now, I got 3 people working on campaigns as we speak. But you know, I always want to make sure that I show up at 6 p.m. By the way, just FYI, guys, on my Saturdays training, I'm actually going to start doing live trainings locally here in San Antonio. So no more funnel Saturdays. My funnel Saturdays are going to go into funnel Fridays at 1 p.m. Funnel Fridays 1 p.m. versus Saturday at 11 a.m.
Sounds good.
Because I'm going to start doing a lot of trainings locally for sales, training, marketing, and so forth. So I'm going to use that Saturdays for that. I'm actually going to do Kingdom Businesses networking events and so forth here in San Antonio.
That's awesome, Javi.
So I actually talked to my church and my pastor about you. I'm actually also signed up. I'm going to be learning. I'm going to go through a 6-month course on how to launch your church. It's church planting.
Get it. God's grace on you, my friend.
So I'm gonna start working on that, and again, little by little. But I don't want to just throw myself in there. When God knows that I'm ready, I'm sure He will just let me know. But with that said, anything else that I can serve you with, my brother? Anything else that we can go over? Yes. So I'll go over this because this is going to be very important. Whether you are Kingdom Businesses or consultant, coach, or you're offering something to a service. What I've done is I'm here on the Sales on Demand account. And what I've done is the following. So watch this. Do it yourself is actually the Sales University agreement. So let's say example, I send this agreement, right, to somebody, right? So I send this agreement to somebody and I tell them, I send it, but like, let's just say I'm talking to Tim right now. Hey, Tim, go ahead and fill this out. So he fills out the information, the name, email address, name of the company, business phone number. He reads a whole entire agreement information in here. And she hasn't done what I asked her, but I'm gonna ask her if she can do each one of these sections. I wanted to do like a little check mark so that I know that they read it. Then here at the bottom is going to pick the package. They pick the package that they want, right? They can pick either the 1997 or 49.97. This is a 6-month program. They sign here, right? And then they submit. When they submit, then it goes into this page. So once they submit it, they go into 49.97. It sends them this offer by email, right? So then now again, what's the next step? I send this over to them. So now I go to this, but they say they get this page for them to join, right? To make the payment. This is twice in here, right? Am I seeing double or what? Yep, I just noticed that. I was the same picture 2 times. South University. Yeah, this one of them needs to go. I think the top one needs to go. Anyways, I'll do that in just a second. But here we go, 6-month process, right? Enter the information and then you pay it and complete. Now, when it's complete, what it's going to do is send them, and I'll show you here what she did for me. GC. This is for all my sales training. Okay. This is the training that we're doing 6 months, right? 6 months, right? So once they fill out the form, it's going to send them over to, let me see, make sure she did it right. So internal notification, okay, she sent, okay, they made it, they made the payment, internal notification, so they'll let me know that they did pay for it. Internal note, the note is going to be, has submitted a survey on 196 month order form, right? And then the question is, coaching agreement, yes, if they signed it or not, right? So if they signed it here, if they don't, come on. Okay, let me go here. Thank you for your payment, has been processed. I'm not understanding this here. Add a tag, 6 months, so they have to do it, and then note the order form conditions. Tag, oh, if it was tagged. So if they made it, so it's going to be tagged, so he's going to send them over to thank you for the payment has been processed. Our team will get back to you shortly, right? And then now what happens after this is once they make the payment, now they're going to go into Gankudon appointment booking confirmation. I think is this one. Yeah, this one. So in calendar onboarding, so it's going to send it over to them. No, this is once they've done that. Question form. This is customer booked appointment. This is when after they booked the appointment. So I think there's a missing part. I don't want to change it because I want to show her to her. But it's not making sense because once they make this payment here, then it should send them automatically an invite for them to book the appointment. Make sense? So I'm gonna ask her to see if she has time to jump on, but I will do that once we get off the line. Okay, so let's see if she jumps on. If she jumps on, we'll disconnect the live and everything. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do that already. I'll disconnect him. Just give me 1 second. Let me disconnect the live. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. No problem, brother. So if you gotta go, feel free to go. I'm going to stay in here and trying to work on this. You're more than welcome to stay, guys. But if you're not, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Make sure you always keep going. Make sure you keep working on your mark. Without marketing, there is no business. There is no business without marketing. Please understand that. And sometimes we just want to go network ourselves to death. I get it. But what are you doing with the business cards? Start creating a marketing campaign based on your business cards. Everything has an opportunity if you see it that way. If we see it as the uh, oh poor me, you're gonna find yourself at the end of 2023 with oh poor me. It's about taking action. Nothing happens. I don't think that God even creates a miracle where our businesses will be created and done for us and everything overnight. That just doesn't happen. Okay. As a matter of fact, remember the talents. Remember the parable of the talents. What are we doing with what God's given us? And sometimes, most of the time, I was watching a service about this yesterday, and it made a lot of sense to me. I'm always trying to feed my mind and my spirit, and the talents, the parable of the talents. When God gave one, the other one two, and the other one five, they duplicated the two and the five. The one with one put it and hit it underneath that. That means he sat on it. Are you sitting on your business and just waiting? I just wanted to make sure, waiting for God's waiting for you to take action. Number one. Number two is God uses what you have in your hand. Remember one thing, when Jesus came and they were fishing, remember that Simon Peter, and then they were fishing, and they were fishing all night. This is for you business owners. If you're fishing all night and you're not getting any results, right? Jesus told them, throw the net on the other side, right? Where did the net come from? Tim? You with me, Tim?
Sorry, Javi.
Did you hear what I asked? No.
You were asking about the net fishing on the
Yes.
other side.
When Jesus was when they were fishing, and Jesus told them to throw the net on the other side, right? After they've been all night fishing and they didn't catch anything. Where did the net come from?
I mean, Peter and John have their own net. They're fishermen.
Where did they come from?
From their boat.
Where did the net come from? What did they buy it?
I'm assuming they either bought it or made it. I mean,
They
back in
made
those
it.
days, right?
They made it. So there's work to be done by your hands first, right? Before that
Absolutely.
miracle can happen.
It's the same story.
Jesus always used what was in their hand.
Yeah, I mean, God's story is always evident, right? With the promised land.
Every
He
time.
didn't just give them the promised land; they had to go in and they had to earn it. You know, they had to work it.
Exactly.
conquer it.
It was supposed to be 11 days and turned into 40 days because they said they had to what? Walk, and they had to take that transition to go into the desert, right? But we started complaining. We got to start nagging. We started doing all this. They started doing all this. They started complaining. They started, oh, why'd you do this to us? Why'd you bring it to us? Complaining. Instead of complaining, they should have went straight, got their hands dirty, and went across the sea. But again, it's the same thing with us. In Joshua, he tells us that he appointed Joshua to take his people to the promised land after Moses died, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was 40 years, the people that were originally there.
And he told them, he said, be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Follow my words. Be strong and courageous. And when we don't do that, we find ourselves in a mess. What does that have to do with business? That a lot of this stuff that I'm showing you guys is something that you don't want to do, that you think you can do without. But I haven't seen a business yet. As a matter of fact, you've seen the statistics that show that without this stuff, your life's going to be a lot harder. Stop trying to take the 40-year route and get to work, get it done, so that way you can take your business to the next level in 2023. With that said, I am going to disconnect from, I hope that helped. I'm going to disconnect with you guys from Facebook Live. How amazing